Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
All right, we got rookie running back. I feel like we say this every year. We get one or two of these guys. Isaac Guerendo comes in number 48 on our roster countdown this year. It just is a perplexing, fun, traits-based player that's all about speed and size, 6'2", 221, 4.33 40, fastest 40-yard dash for all the running backs at the combine. Like, fun player, but nuanced. Started one game his entire college career for multiple schools. It's interesting. So we're going to learn a lot about him, and I got to give credit to my man Josh, the executive producer for today's show. Fun player, but it's weird because the 49ers have so much running back depth. Where does a rookie that you traded 2 fifth-round picks to jump up and get, where does he fit? How does he fit? Where's he going to get snaps at? Yeah, you got the rated Christian McCaffrey, you signed to an extension, Offensive Player of the Year. He never comes off the field. You still got Elijah Mitchell. You got Jordan Mason. Now you got Isaac Guerendo. You got Kyle Juszczyk. You brought him back. And you bring in an undrafted free agent, Cody Schrader. It's just like, wow, that's a lot of mouths to feed for one guy that takes all the snaps, but you got to prepare yourself for the future and injuries, and kickoff return, I think, is going to play a very large role for Isaac Guerendo, the rookie. He wears jersey number 49. Nobody likes that. Comes in number 48 for us. I don't know. The 49 jersey is just not aesthetically pleasing usually, but that's okay. If you disagree, I defer to you. 6'2", 221. This is a big dude. He's a big back. There's no doubt about it. He's 23 years old. He's the youngest running back we have on our roster, 1 year younger than Jordan Mason, 1 year younger than undrafted free agent Cody Schrader. Like I said, the 4.33 40-yard dash, that is paramount in what he brings to the table. 1.55 10-yard split, that's great. That's Brock Purdy speed. 6.93 cone. That's the biggest shock to me. 3 cone's supposed to measure your change of direction and shiftiness and things like that. Tape never says that. And so the speed, 4.33, shows on tape. No doubt about that. But sometimes the play style and the testing don't match. And so whenever that happens, you got to go back to the tape and rewatch and say, like, man, what am I missing here? And I'm sorry, it just did not translate. He's got to build up his speed, and he rounds the edges consistently. He's not a stick and shifty type guy. He's a one-cut runner, no doubt about that. But that jump cut that, Christian McCaffrey's kind of famous for, this change of direction, little shifty, whatever, Isaac Guerendo does not possess that at all. Doesn't mean it couldn't be developed, but that was a shock to me. To see a 6.93 cone on Isaac Guerendo, I was like, wow, this dude, whoever trained him, A++. And maybe that becomes a part of his game. But I went back through several games, several seasons, never saw it. Just wasn't there. 41.5-inch vertical. Dude's explosive. This is a power dude, man. 10.9 broad jump. Unbelievable. And you plug in his numbers to see, like, okay, who is a player comp for Isaac Guerendo? Joe Mixon, and my favorite comp for him, a faster Montario Hardesty. You got to go way back. But that's what he reminds me of, this bigger, hyper speed type guy that's built physically. He's a tough runner, but not 6'2", 221 tough. And so there's a little bit of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, maybe that's not the right term, but it's like, man, are you really 6'2", 221? Do you really have a 6'9" 3 cone? Like, that does not show on tape near as much. He is a speed back, no doubt about it. Now, let's go to our offensive line coach, Chris Forster, talk about, why they liked Isaac Guerendo and what he offers the 49ers.
Really smooth, fluid runner like we saw in college. I think he's going to be a good pass receiver, but still early to tell. Those backs are rotating through pretty good. They're all doing a nice job right now. I really liked the back. When we were looking at the backs, he was a guy that really stood out to me as, even though he didn't play all the time, you saw the flashes, you saw the speed, and that's a dimension that we're looking to add to our backfield. Not that Christian's not fast. Christian would kill me if I said he wasn't fast enough. He's plenty fast enough, but you're always trying to add one more big hit element.
He's a big hitter, Like, that tracks 100%. He is a speed home run hitter, no doubt about it. Now, let's go through just a little bit of his background. Went to Avon High School, went to Wisconsin, was there for 5 years, then transferred to Louisville, was there for 1 year in 2023. Personal finance major, 3-star recruit out of ESPN. Now, he was raised in Clayton, Indiana, but his father, Mario, is an immigrant from Central African Republic. So, very awesome background. And just, mother was a huge track and field athlete. So, like, that's there. The speed is in the family. A lot of people assume his last name, Guerendo, is Hispanic. It's not. It's of African origin. He received Indiana's Mr. Football Position Award as the state's top wide receiver his senior year in high school. That's pretty awesome. 4-year conference pick in high school, 3-time state champion in track. Listen to some of these distances and times. He is a freak athlete. 1 long jump title as a junior, 24 and 5 inches, 24 feet. That is a jump and a half. 100-meter dash had a 10.51. That's blazing. 4x100 relay had a 41.2. Now that's combined relay team time, but still, he's a beast. Also had 3 state runner-up finishes his track, lettered in basketball. Dude's just... He was a freak athlete in high school. Now you go to college where, again, only 1 start in 6 years. That's problematic, but still all Big Ten special teams kick returner in 2022, which I think he's going to be. He's going to have a shot to be a kick returner, the starting kick returner. You have to have 2 in the new kickoff rule, and I think that's helped Isaac Guerendo kind of get drafted to where he was. Because, man, he's got that speed, kick returner, special teams upside. He's been doing that a long time. And probably my favorite thing, and I think Bobby Turner, the running back coach for the 49ers, favorite thing, 3-time academic All-Big Ten. Big Ten's no joke whenever it comes to academics. Really is. I hate the Big Ten, but whenever you look at academics, it's about as good as it's going to get. So here's Bobby Turner, the 49ers' longtime running back coach, talking about what he liked most about the rookie running back, Isaac Guerendo.
Well, that's the number one thing that he possesses. Okay, is the speed. The other thing is his character traits, though. Okay, if a young man is coachable, and that's what I really feel, and not only feel, believe that he's coachable and he has the ability to pick things up. But he also is a running back. He's got running traits. Okay, so that's for starters. He's got running traits. All right, and then the other things, he's going to have to be able to do it all. But when you're coachable, okay, and I feel and know that I could coach him to get him to do the extra things, even better, to even be a better runner. Because we're looking for certain things, and it's got to be, you just can't throw, I know everyone, I'm speaking for myself, feels you can throw anyone into the backfield in that system that we run. I've never believed that. We put a lot of time and work in to get that system to work. And with all that time and effort we put in, if you have the right running back in there, then it does make it look easy.
Yeah, that's fun, man. I could listen to him talk for a long time. A lot of wealth of knowledge with that gentleman right there, Bobby Turner. Hats off to you, my friend. Now, we look at Isaac's PFF grades just from last year. 90.3 rushing. That's great. 86.9 gap or power style running. That's good. 84.2 zone. All right. 106.8 elusive rating. Now, his elusiveness, I'll get into it a little bit of my draft work on him, but the 49ers traded 2 fifth-round picks to the Jets to move up and draft him. And they did it right after. The draft went on kind of a day 3 running back run. You had Ray Davis go to the Buffalo Bills. Very next pick, Will Shipley went to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I might have the order of those two mixed up. Immediately, the 49ers trade up, and they draft their running back, Isaac Guerendo. And I thought Ray Davis and Will Shipley were both 49ers fits. I think Isaac Guerendo is as well. I had him at a 9 out of 10 on 49ers fit. I had Ray Davis and Will Shipley as 10 out of 10s, but all 3 of them, and yes, I did have Isaac Guerendo way below those other 2 guys, but I think the 49ers were kind of sitting there waiting, thinking like, all right, we've got all these running backs we like that fit what we do. let's just wait and see what happens. Well, 2 of them went. They jumped up. They did not hesitate. Went up and got their guy. Now, the question is what happened in the past going to happen again? Because this 49ers, front office, they've drafted a lot of running backs. They've traded up for a lot of running backs. It hasn't gone well. Traded up for Joe Williams, only for the undrafted free agent Matt Breida to beat him out for a job. Traded up for Trey Sermon, only for the 6th-round pick Elijah Mitchell to take his job. Drafted Ty Davis-Price in the 3rd round, only for undrafted free agent Jordan Mason to beat him out. So this is the 4th time in the Kyle Shanahan era where they trade up or draft a running back and then take another fallback undrafted free agent or later round pick running back in the same class, Cody Schrader. Can Isaac Guerendo buck that trend? Or is he going to be the 4th installment of these guys beating out the higher priced pick that was traded up for that this team coveted? I don't know. That has nothing to do with Isaac Guerendo. He was not responsible for those previous moves, but it is going to be a little bit of a burden on him to buck that trend. It's happened 3 times in a very short amount of time. You don't want to be number 4. You really, really don't. Now, let's go to my pre-draft write-up. This was before the 49ers drafted Isaac Guerendo, okay? This is what I saw in his tape. Speed and size, explosive lower body, big back with little back feet and speed, one-cut runner, home run hitter. That top gear is impressive. Opposite of shifty. And again, you can kind of see why I went off on that whole 3-cone time. Struggles getting past the defensive line. But when he does, he can't stop. It's a lot of 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yard, 2 yard, 20 yard. Like that's what it's like with Isaac Guerendo. He's not a consistent 5-6 yard running back. Never has been. Not at Wisconsin for 5 years, and not at Louisville either, even last year when he had a good year. He's a home run hitter, but you got to give him the at-bats before that happens. You got to give him the carries before you're going to pay dividends, because he'll get out there. He's not breaking defensive lineman tackles very often. It's not. He's got to build up his speed, and then he is dynamic. Let's see. Pass pro and receiving beyond solid. Not a lot of flaws in his game besides age and lack of wiggle. Metrics are insane and wouldn't be shocked if a few teams had him as one of their top running backs. 4 consecutive seasons over 6.0 yards per rush. That's incredible. But again, you go watch the games and you go look at the individual game logs, and it's like, man, 70-yard rush, 40-yard rush, 55-yard rush. It's a lot of 0, 1, 2, 2, 0, 1, 3, 5, 50. So you got to just stick with them. Returner upside for sure. And he's only got 231 career carries. This dude has not played that much despite 6 years because he never was a starter. He was a change of pace back that was a wide receiver that they transitioned to running back, but much more of a returner, third down type guy. That's what he's been. So now, we go through it. I put out traits. And so shout out to Pro Football Focus. They do this. I take their numbers and adapt them to what I see. But again, I want to give credit to them. Vision, again, this is 1 out of 10, right? 10 great, 1 bad. Vision 5. I didn't think vision was really his strong suit. Balance 8. Impressive athlete. Elusiveness 7. Because again, you got to get going. Once the train gets chugging along, then the elusiveness shows up. You hit him in the backfield, it ain't there. Break tackle 8, receiving 8, pass pro 8. He can do it all. He's a fun player. I had a 3rd round grade on him. You took him 4th round. There's value in that. Now you traded 2 5th round picks, but I think this is one of the better value picks for the 49ers in this draft class personally. Now he gets a 4-year, $4.7 million deal. Rookie contracts are slated. That's what it is. But again, remember, this dude has started 1 game in his entire college career. 6 years. But, so he's older, he's experienced, but got a lot of tread on the tires. Take that for what you will. I do think that he's going to be a kick returner. I think he'll be a starting kick returner. Not punt returner. And I don't think that he's going to be worked into the running back fold for a while unless there's an injury. The 49ers, you look at CMC, it's CMC and Kyle Juszczyk. That's what it is. You're going to spell CMC some when Elijah Mitchell's healthy, but it's a contract year for him. And whenever Elijah Mitchell's not in there, it's Isaac Guerendo versus JP Mason. They're both built similarly. JP Mason runs with way more violence, but can JP Mason do the pass protection and the routes and the catches and receptions? No. Isaac Guerendo has that in spades over JP Mason. But I think this is going to be a redshirt year because Elijah Mitchell is an expiring contract, and then you try to get JP Mason or Isaac Guerendo to step into that role in the future. I know there's been people that have asked me, could Isaac Guerendo be a fullback or a wide receiver? No, they're not even trying that. It's been asked. Shanahan kind of made fun of it. Bobby Turner made fun of it. He's a running back. You've got, you brought back Kyle Juszczyk. You took a pay cut for 2 years. So you've got juice for 2 more years. You got Braden Willis who could do that job as well. Like, I don't know where that came from, but I don't think that it has any legs. We'll see. I'll be out at training camp and update you on a lot of those things. But the thing I'm most excited about with Isaac is that I think he could contribute to this team this year as a returner. This new kickoff rule, it is tailored to Isaac Guerendo because he gets to catch it, build up speed, and then be able to have some, major impact. So that's where it is. Anything he brings as a running back is extra, but I don't think it's going to be much this year. I think it's kick returner this year, running back depth this year. Next year, maybe fight for that number 2 spot. But right now, he's fighting for that 3-4 spot. He's making this roster, no doubt about it. I mean, you could even look at the guys that didn't pan out. Joe Williams made the roster. Trey Sermon made the roster. Ty Davis-Price made the roster. So you've got a year. It's next year that we're going to be able to say, like, all right, this happened or this didn't happen. Can Cody Schrader beat out Isaac Guerendo this year? I don't think that he can. Not outside of an injury. Now, if Elijah Mitchell or Guerendo or JP Mason get hurt and you stash them on, IR or whatever, Cody Schrader's got a window. Otherwise, Schrader's going to be the undrafted free agent out of Mizzou. Yeah, you can go back and you can check that, roster breakdown. Just type in Cody Schrader countdown. We'll pull up. That's how he makes the 53. But I think he's going to be on the practice squad. Now, if you want to watch Isaac Guerrendo's tape, we've done that. It's up on the 49ersrush.com and our Patreon. Free trial. Go sign up. You can watch that now. Fun player. Home run hitter. And another thing that stands out to me with Isaac Guerendo is he fits all the other running backs Shanahan has fallen in love with these 2 to 3 gigantic games where he just goes off the charts. I think it's the Virginia Tech game where he had like 200-plus yards and whatever else. He's a fun player. And I'm glad that he's on the Niners. Can he be a better pro than he was a college player for 2 separate schools? That's the thing. The traits say yes. The tapes say inconsistency, but he went to a team where he gets to sit back and learn and figure it all out. He's not getting thrown into the fire. Just go out there, be an athlete, return some kicks, and who knows, next year we'll see what happens, injuries, whatever else. But maybe this guy could be, 3 to 4 years down the road. We could see what happens. CMC's tied up for a while, and so we'll see. But Isaac Guerendo's a fun player, and I think the running back depth that the 49ers have, better than ever since Shanahan showed up. It's the best since Shanahan has been here, and that's huge because we have lost a lot of seasons because Shanahan doesn't trust these new running backs coming in. That's not going to happen anytime soon. We've got the depth, and that's why Isaac Guerendo is number 48. Let's go see it, rookie. For us, we'll just keep counting it down.